According to the Odd Couple, you know what happens when you assume. You make an ass out of you and me. And that's pretty much what they do down here. They make asses of themselves constantly. I try to work with them, but the degree of ignorance is at a zenith. That's spelled Zenith. They really don't have a clue as to what's going on in reality or what's going on between a man and a woman, especially when they're still together raising their children.
Oh yeah.
So I've caught the other side of it, which is, oh well, your wife doesn't live with you. Yes, she does. Your wife have the same last name? Yes, she does. Your children? Yes, they do. And yes, the answer is yes. Okay, now that we've gone through all of this, now will you deal with me on the individual basis?
Right.
Because I'm an anomaly. My family is an anomaly. We're together. We raised our children together. And unfortunately, we're the exception to the rule. So yeah. I feel for both of you, but again, I'm the other side of the mirror, where people see us as we're almost like, we have red heads and we have eyes on the back of our heads. They don't know how to deal with us, so I feel for it. But again, it's the way that people function these days. Yeah. They make a lot of assumptions.
Yeah. We get that everywhere though, man. Even in the workplace, that's a whole other podcast. People thinking they can interpret your intelligence level. Exactly. I love that, especially when they start asking you questions and you answer them faster than they can spit them out. Then they realize, maybe I shouldn't be. I get that a lot, man. But yeah, Georgia lawmakers, judges, bailiffs, police officers, hey man, we need to do something because the system should be a little bit better. It should be able to dictate the real fathers from the fake ones, because there are deadbeat dads, but there are not any sitting on this microphone right now. Everybody in this room, I know for a fact, takes care of their kids. And I just had a vasectomy because I can't have any more kids. I love kids, but the process and the things that I have to go through, I don't know. I'm 2 and done, baby. I got a boy and a girl. I'm all set.
I'm right behind you. Oh my God. After this nonsense I've went through, I think I'm cutting the cord.
And you know what? I did my research because that's always a fear of mine. But I think me and my girlfriend, who I potentially want to be my wife, we've had discussions of what if it didn't work out. And my only thing I said to her was, I just want my 50.
Okay.
50-50. We split the kids. Yeah, I just want my 50. I don't want to see my kids once a week, twice a week. That's not my 50. I want my 50%. And she said that, and like I said, we don't ever believe that our relationship gets to that point, but you have to think about those things.
Absolutely.
And it's good that we discussed it because I wanted to see where her head was at. Because some girls like, nah, the kid's gonna be with me and you just pay the child support. But no, she was like, no, I'd never take your kids away from you. You're a great father, and as she's a great mother. If anything would happen in our relationship, I just want my 50.
Exactly.
That's all I want. I don't want nothing more, nothing less. You have them when you have them, and I have them when I have them. I need my 50% because I love my kids, and I be damned nobody's gonna raise my children but me in any situation. Whether she finds another man and gets remarried, hey, that's his stepdad. I'm your father.
Exactly.
That'll never change. Nobody will ever be able to separate me from my children. And yeah, man, that's big. Like, I wasn't expecting to go this deep into that topic, but the more I think about it, I get upset, man. Because anybody that threatens my home, I'm willing to do anything. You're gone. You're toast. Another food reference.
Well, it's unfortunate.
I knew that. Sorry.
It's unfortunate in the sense that there's no one in the Georgia legislature that looks anything like anyone at this table right now. And the fact is, none of them have any clue about what I've gone through in my life.
Absolutely.
Or what I go through every day on a daily basis. So I understand why the laws do not pertain to anything regarding my situation. And that's pretty much how I feel. I came here principally for my children. My children are grown now, and a lot of them have gone their own way and have chosen to depart Georgia for good reason. I really don't have any use for Georgia and their politics, frankly, at this point in my life. They don't represent me. They don't represent my interests. My wife is a school teacher and recently received a contract. They get contracts every year, and they just received a contract where the county that she works in, they wanted to cut the teachers 6%, 6.25%, I believe it was, in their salaries. Now, because of the budget, the so-called budget. Now, understand that they have not received a raise in 5 years, and they just got a new superintendent, which that's a whole nother podcast about their situation with superintendents. But regardless, she didn't get a cut in pay, and at least that's my understanding. In fact, I believe she got a very handsome salary for beginning as the superintendent. My interest, as I said before, it has absolutely nothing to do with these, if I can be absolutely frank, with these white middle-aged politicians.
What do they do? What do they do? What was the law you were talking about, Wolf?
I remember they were passing, not sure if necessarily if it was a law or a rule, there was no sleeping allowed while in meetings or in the courts. I mean,
these are adults.
Yes,
these are professionals.
Yes, very ancient adults, most likely. And anytime you even have to pass a rule or law like that, I mean, like Mr. Will and I were discussing, I challenge everybody to turn to C-SPAN and notice the empty seats. And I guarantee you, you'll see some people nodding off and sleeping. It happens all the time. And those C-SPAN nuts who watch, they'll tell you. They're sleeping in there, and half those seats should be a little more filled than that. There are a lot of times I've seen just a handful of people scattered about in the back.
These are our leaders, our lawmakers.
Yes.
The people who dictate how our economy runs or
right.
doesn't run.
That's right.
They tell you what to do and how to do it, most importantly. And it has no bearing on your life and my life. This show was brought about, at least on my part, because I wanted to give a voice to the voiceless.
Right.
To people who don't have a voice. People who aren't represented on network television or aren't represented on CNN or on MSNBC. Those people live in Washington. Those people are within their little clique.
Right. And
we're out here dealing with life.
Yep.
On our own level, and usually it's an uphill battle. And unfortunately, people aren't listening. People aren't paying attention, mainly because they have their mistresses to concern themselves about. They have their, they have a lot of their little
wives and their girlfriends.
The wives, the girlfriends, the
interns.
Yes. So
running mates.
We're very low on the totem pole as far as they're concerned.
This is crazy, man.
It's become more of, that's exactly what it seems like a big club.
Yeah.
These people aren't concerned with making our lives, anybody's lives better.
Status.
Exactly. They're positions of power, and they just want to keep it. That is all it is.
Until they die.
That's
why the economy crashed, because we have senile old men making decisions off of mirages that are probably going through their heads. They're not in touch with the community. They don't know what people go through. They don't know that the majority of households work 3 to 4 jobs. with 2 people in them.
They don't even kiss babies anymore.
You can't. You can't.
Nah,
We
exactly.
talked about that on another show. You have no rights anymore. You can't even touch kids. Or you going there's a felony.
Yes, you're right.
You can't do anything. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. If I'm chastising my child and you walk up on me, that gives me grounds to hit your ass. Don't ever get in my business. I don't care who you are. Policeman, lawmaker. If I'm chastising my child, first off, it's for a good reason. I'm not a person that's gonna beat on anybody. But if you decide to stick your nose in my business, that gives me free reign. I'm telling you right now. Get out of my damn business.
Exactly. That's
And take care of your household. That's the most amazing part is when you find out about these people in the media and the news and the shit that goes on in their household. Their wife and their girlfriend got in a fight because the girlfriend wants the wife to move out. Like what?
Remember
And you want to run the country?
John Edwards
And you want to? That's what I was saying.
wanted to run for president.
You want to run the country?
He's a public hero.
He is a public hero. Goodbye, Wolf. I'll see you later.
What about George Bush's daughters? They were very well behaved.
Oh, please. They had a great PR person.
Hey, you know what?
They had a great PR person. I'm sorry, brother. I went to school for media. I know how things get spun and twisted. He had a great PR person.
Of course.
That's all that was. I can't afford a PR person. So.
Imagine if Obama's girls acted that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's I'll leave that open for the audience.
I mean, they still trying to say this man doesn't have a real birth certificate. Like he can't even get off that.
They changed it now. Now they're saying it's his father. That his father wasn't a citizen here and he's born from a non-citizen.
Okay, what does that have to do with the president?
No clue. You figure he wouldn't have made it that high if he was not.
Okay, let me give you guys some homework. Look up Barack Obama before he became the president. Look at the things he done. Look at his body of work before he even decided to run. And then come back and talk to me, because you people are nuts. And any of you Georgia lawmakers, any of you people in position of power, we would love to have you on the show, because maybe we're missing some information.
I'm not missing a damn thing.
They wouldn't come to this neighborhood. Don't worry about it. They wouldn't come anywhere near this place.
But I'm just saying, they always calling everybody else out. I'm calling you out.
Exactly.
I would love to have Kasim read. I would love to see what's going on behind the closed doors.
Call all you like.
Yes, please. I mean, educate me. Let me hear the reasoning behind these laws that should have been changed from 1973.
73. And I would love to go deeper and figure out who all signed off on these laws. I want names. I want to know who these people were in the community. I want to know where